What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Chopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Looks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become a prize whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. Look at this. I go on an unbelievable run last week, the best run of the entire MLB season. And yes, we had an unbelievable July as well. August, beginning, it was okay. We had some runs, but last week was a smash across the board, as was this Sunday in the premium Discord. Hopefully you're hopping in there. Stochastic.com/Lindy. You can find that link down below. Or if you sign up at BetMGM, great opportunity for you to get yourself 2 free months of that premium Discord. But friends, Caesars Sportsbook. Yes, Caesars Sportsbook is our sponsor here on this program. As we are approaching NFL season, there's going to be a lot of different offers that you can take advantage of. And this is probably one of the best ones I've heard of because, well, you're going to get $50 as a weekly bonus bet leading into the NFL season and then for the first 3 weeks. So you jump over to Caesars Sportsbook. It goes live tomorrow at noon Eastern time, 9 a.m. Pacific time. So that link will be down below when that goes live. But Caesars Sportsbook, you're going to bet $50 on your first wager at that link below. And when you do, you're going to get $250 in bonus bets as weekly bonus bets. So you'll get $50 for 1 week. You'll get $50 for another week. So it spreads it out over an amount of time, leading you into NFL. And then for those first 3 weeks, because again, we're less than 3 weeks away from the NFL season. It's going to be epic. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have NFL Lindy's here on the Odd Chopper channel in full effect. First year that I'm going to be covering NFL there, even though I've covered it here for the last 3 years at Stochastic and Odd Chopper. But looking forward to that with you, my friends. It's only for 21 and over. And if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. But I know you're here for the picks. And the picks, they've been good. They've been really good. But just means that I have to be held to a higher standard now. We have to continue this momentum. We want to keep it rocking. I know producer Jacob does too, right? Cool. Let's get ourselves some picks. Yes, you might have also noticed I'm in the garage for one more night. Yes, Sunday, Monday, my wife will hopefully let me reclaim my office. Actually, no, it's the guy who's fixing the AC. It's just funnier to say, haha, my wife kicked me out. I'd be okay spending the rest of my life in this garage, though, that's for sure. It's awesome. Lighting on point. Peloton. Getting fit. Yeah. All right, let's talk baseball. Javier Assad going up against Alex Faedo here for the Detroit Tigers in Detroit here. And Javier Assad, been pretty decent in terms of results, but those results don't always show up here in the box score. So I tried to make sense of exactly what we're looking at because I'm just going to bury the lead here. Yeah, I'm going to bury the lead. I'm just going to talk through this one because it's going to be fun. Javier Assad, 259 expected batting average, 18.1% K rate, and a 10.3% walk rate. Those are not the kind of numbers that you would expect from a guy who's been absolutely smashing of late. And part of that is the bullpen role that he had. And now he's being acclimated as a starter. So 3.11 ERA, 1.25 whip. Well, it'd be tough to kind of maintain that because he doesn't necessarily have the strikeout stuff to go mow down anybody, but he's facing the Detroit Tigers, and the Detroit Tigers, they definitely have Riley Green, they've got Kerry Carpenter, they've got some lefties that can do some damage, but on the aggregate, it's not a good lineup top to bottom. 87 WRC plus, and that takes into account a great day that they had. Spencer Torkelson goes yard again, and I don't know. It was just an interesting one. Eduardo Rodriguez pitched great. He should have been a Dodger, but 87 WRC plus against right-handed pitching here on the season, and so Assad, he's set up for this spot pretty nicely. And here's what it comes down to, is everything's going to be fine. I got one hand in my pocket, and the other one is looking at Javier Assad and his capability of reducing hard hit, 38.1%, and then throwing a sinker, cutter, four-seam combination, rotates them between lefties and righties, has pitches that kind of are seamless going to each side of it. And, well, the Detroit Tigers, I mean, they just, other than those main guys, the Torkelson, Green, Carpenters, they haven't found anything at the catcher position. They haven't found anything at the back half of this lineup. They sent Eric Haas. He got DFA'd. Lots of interesting stuff at the back half of this lineup. And I think that there's enough decent pitches here in Assad's repertoire that I'm very confused by this line. And actually, there's a minus 130 that was posted at open at DraftKings Sportsbook. So I know it says minus 135 there, but I bet it at minus 130. And I locked it going up against the Detroit Tigers here in this spot because Alex Faedo, 440 expected slugging, 17.6 degree average launch angle. And this Cubs lineup, day and night difference over the course of this second half of the season. They now have a winning record. Wrigley was rocking the other day. That was fun to watch Christopher Morel go yard and finish it all out there. But top to bottom, they have guys who can make a difference. Even Mike Tauchman there with a 275 expected batting average, finding ways to be useful. Ian Happ, 342 at Woba because he has a 15.5% walk rate. Dansby Swanson, 476 expected slugging. That's what they paid for. Saya Suzuki now joining the party, 47.6% hard hit percentage. Christopher Morel. Patrick Wisdom barely even breaks the line because of Heimer Candelario from time to time. But friends, this is a lock play. First game of the day. I can't remember how many times that happens. Minus 130 at DraftKings Sportsbook. Minus 135. I'd be just fine with this. I would be betting this up to minus 150. And that creates pretty nice value for us. Again, nearly a 65% expected win percentage. That is not minus 130, friends. That's sub 60%. So lock button. First play of the day. Good times. I don't know what's going on with Zach Wheeler right now, but they're down 4-0 in the first inning of the Little League Baseball Classic that they're playing there. All I want is Brandon Marsh to hit a baseball very long and far into that night. But other than that, I don't have a whole lot to tell you here because the Giants, they're the headache. I told you they were going to be a headache. I always said this. And also, we're going to see Sean Manaea pitch eventually. And I would think this is the spot he pitched on the 9th. He pitched on the 15th. On the 21st, it'd be weird for them to extend him a full week without getting some kind of work. He's played that bullpen role. He's also been mixed in 61 pitches, 57 pitches. And, well, I don't find him to be somebody that we're going to be getting any K props or anything on there, even though his strikeout stuff has gone on in this bulk reliever position like it should, because you're avoiding the best three hitters in a lineup, and generally they're not going to strike out as much. Not always true, but mostly true. And then you get the back half of the lineup with a bunch of schmucks. That doesn't really exist here with this Phillies team that's been playing great baseball until apparently today. They're up to 67-56, probably 67-57 when you hear this tomorrow if this continues, whatever is going on with Zach Wheeler. But they've been playing some awesome baseball. Trey Turner now moved back from the 6-hole to the 2-hole for this game. Nice to see him come on Double Dong Day the other day. Nick Castellanos just been having an awesome season. And if they can get Kyle Schwarber continue doing what he's been doing. Bryce Harper, 375 xWOBA, 44.5% hard hit percentage. Things look good there. And oh yeah, they have their other ace on the mound for this one, Aaron Nola. And that is the main featured attraction of this entire game for me. The strikeout stuff. It's not as good as it's been in years past, 25.4%, but the four-seamer sinker cutter combination, and then yes, the curve change that he's going to be throwing to lefty batters, that's useful. Going up against a San Francisco team that loves to strike out against right-handed pitching, 24.8% on the season. We know they're going to play the platoon game. We know you're going to get Jock Peterson up there, 20.8% K rate isn't as enticing, but Blake Sable, 34.6% K rate, probably the projected catcher for this one. You got Hellet Ramos got called up. Wade Meckler got called up, who's going to strike out an absolute ton if he's ever in lineups. Taro Estrada, right around 25% K rate. I think this is a very targetable spot here with Aaron Nola. So I'm going to be a little bit under projecting him with this number because the number is probably going to be 6.5. And I just want to see where this juice lands before I make any kind of hard and fast decisions for you. So hit me up on X. But Aaron Nola to get 7 Ks for you, that's something that I'm going to be targeting here if I get a good price. Again, kind of the break-even number. Want to be paying close attention to it. If it ends up at 7.5 with plus money on the over, probably going to be staying away. So going to be sensitive to price here. If I end up adding this to the card and you're curious, let me know at X, at Eric Lindquist. That's my name. I don't know why I can't say that. I just can't say my name. Say my name, say my name. Aaron Nola, 7 Ks. He's going to do it. You have had me say no, hey. Bailey Falter pitching, target that all day. With I don't know how I'm going to target it with no line. Nellie's fun to quote. Miss Nellie. I'm going down, down, baby. No street in a Range Rover. Street sweeper, baby. Okay. Should I talk about the game? I'll talk about the game. We've got an interesting guy here in Drew Rom, St. Louis Cardinals, making his debut here at the big league level. And, well, we're going to get into him in 1 second here because we're going to target him with a bat. On the other side of this for St. Louis, they don't have an official starter announced, but from my understanding, it does set up to be, on the Pirates side, Bailey Falter. And he's 0-7 on the season with a 1.5 whip, 4.86 ERA. Yeah, if I bet anything here, it's going to be the St. Louis Cardinals. I got pretty positive there's no chance that we're going to get a price that I'm going to be interested in backing a home Pirates team with this with Bailey Falter on the mound. But Drew Rom, he's 23. He's a southpaw. He got acquired in that trade for Jack Flaherty. That's not going well for Baltimore, even though Baltimore is playing fantastic baseball, but Jack Flaherty's just been terrible. Let's go through Drew Rom's numbers here because the strikeout stuff has been crazy with St. Louis. Back with Baltimore, 10.47 Ks per nine at the AAA level, up to 14.73 here. That is 43.9% K rate now in his couple of starts now with a 2.87 FIP. But you go back to a larger sample size so far this season, he had 19 games that he had appeared in, 18 starts with Baltimore's AAA team, 4.21 FIP, and power being given up at a pretty high clip there. 0.73 home runs per nine. Actually, not even that terrible. But the main attraction here to me is run creation, and the main attraction to me is price. And Brian Reynolds is somebody that I think against any lefty coming in there, yes, switch hitter, Brian Reynolds, but he's just a professional hitter who's going to find problems for young pitchers at the big league level instantly. I think of Brian Hayes, he's been much, much better this season, 273 expected batting average, living up to that highest contract in Pirates history, I believe that was the fact. And then Jack Sowinski, left on left, he gets neutralized a little bit. But Brian Reynolds here from the right side, 12-degree average launch angle, 49% hard hit percentage, that's rounding up a tiny bit, 48.7%, and a 494 expected slugging. If you're looking at any kind of issues for Drew Rom right out of the get-go, and well, he had them before his 2 starts with the St. Louis AAA team, I think Brian Reynolds is a great home run play here. Might look at Brian Hayes, might look at a couple of these other guys. Endy Rodriguez with a 18-degree launch angle and 43.6% hard hit percentage. Very small sample size. We'll see if he ends up in the lineup again. Catcher, he could DH. Whatever. Brian Reynolds to home run, that's pretty off the board. I'd say it's a little bit off the board, even though this guy is just one of the more underrated hitters in all of baseball. Let's back it. Oh, God. See, this is late season MLB in a nutshell, friends. There's going to be a wait-and-see approach because teams don't announce the starters for a long time. If locks show up, though, that's where I'm updating at Eric Lindquist, my Twitter. Yes, it's so weird saying that. But my Twitter, you can find me there. I will be posting a Lindy's Locks update every single day during the week, Monday through Friday, helping you guys make informed decisions on updated betting numbers. And, well, there could be something that we're very interested in here. It's not like the public's not going to be looking at the Braves side of things. The Mets, they're playing some decent baseball here of late, that's for sure. I'm going to give them a little bit more credit than the picking on them we've had pretty much all season. But that's what happens when you go to St. Louis. You're going to probably run into some baseballs. You're going to feel good about yourself. Not going to always win baseball games because I don't even think they ended up winning today, did they? Pretty positive they lost. Yeah, 7-3. Just had to double check for the people. But in this spot, projected starters, David Peterson here for the Mets side of things. Don't exactly know who it could be for the Braves, but I do think it ends up being Alan Winans. This guy was incredible on the 12th of August. He's got sent back down to AAA for God knows what reason. He hasn't pitched there yet. But AAA Gwinnett, he gets called up. Pitches 111 pitches, has 9 strikeouts, 9 ground balls next to 3 fly balls, and 7 innings of work of no run baseball, only 4 hits given up. What are we doing here, Braves? You've got nothing at the back half of this rotation, which is wild to say. They're starting Yanni Chirinos, for the love of God. Again, the Braves, as juggernautish as they would appear, they do have their faults, and it's mainly the 4 or 5 men in this rotation. Max Fried looks great coming back here, even though ran into a couple hiccups his last couple starts. But Alan Winans, that is some fantastic stuff that we've seen from him. Seems to have some decent strikeout stuff as well. You got to give him another turn in this rotation. And if they do, I'm just going to back him blindly, knowing that, well, books aren't going to probably price him in as an elite pitcher. And there's the possibility that he is. And then there's the possibility, well, he's not an elite pitcher, but there's the chance that he is. But there is also, on the other side of this one, the opportunity to back a Braves lineup that is incredible at a reduced price. And I know, oh, they sold everybody on Sunday. I did not bet them on Sunday. It felt like it's a trap, General Akbar style. But I do think that I want to back this kid for another start if he ends up showing up. But I got to get the right price for it. It's all about the prices, baby. The Benjamins, the things. So yeah, I don't know what it's going to be. Atlanta money line or Atlanta run line. I'm not sure. I literally don't know which one I would want to be going to. And I'm not even going to recommend one. I almost just bailed out and said, hey, Atlanta's -1.5, because I know that they'll be the potential plus money side of it that everybody's looking for and clamoring for. And Atlanta, they've been known to score runs from time to time, but I think we want to be a little bit sensitive to the price here. So just going to be a lean. I'm looking for something better than -175 on the money line. I'm looking for something with a plus sign in front of it on the run line. If I get one of those two, probably going to be on the card. The Houston Astros hosting the Boston Red Sox. And yeah, Rafael Devers, absolutely goated. Dude's absolutely goated. From here on out, first AB, going yard on the unit play. That one just didn't make sense to me in Yankee Stadium against Clark Schmidt. Thank you, books. Come again. Drive home safely. But James Paxton against Christian Javier, if you were looking back at James Paxton 3 or 4 years ago, and then Christian Javier last year, this would be an absolutely insane elite pitching matchup. But I do think they're both trending in the right direction. James Paxton, starting on his side, 287 xWOBA, throwing primarily peppering a four-seamer 56% of the time, mixes in cutter and curve depending on the handedness, and, well, he's still getting strikeouts, 26.3%. He's eliminating walks, 6.5%. Overall, pretty darn happy. Pretty darn okay with backing James Paxton, but Christian Javier also has the kind of stuff that I think we should be backing both of them together here in a package on the under. He's struggled. There's no doubt about it. He is really, really running into fly balls at a high clip. You don't want to be doing that against any teams with power. Been giving it up on the platoon side here from the lefties, but you definitely have those in this Boston side. My guy, Rafael Devers, Tristan Cass has got a nice day off, got to kick up his heels and chill as Justin Turner goes yard and Alex Verdugo goes nuts. I mean, it was just wild. But I like the under of 9 here. Again, it is just slightly grading out as a play. This is probably the thinnest play on the card, but it gets the thumbs up. So there you go. Under 9. If you're looking to eliminate something, though, I would be okay with passing on this, but a half unit play, I was fine to pull the trigger. My friends, we have Caesars as a partner on our video now here. And why? Well, because this offer is too good to pass up. It goes live on Monday, as you are listening to this, on Monday at noon Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. And what is this offer, you ask? Well, you're going to bet $50 at the link below that ends up getting posted in that YouTube comments. It'll be in the comment section. It'll be also there in the little description box in the chat. You guys can go find it. Trust me, it'll be easy to find. But you bet $50. You're going to get $250 in increments of $50 bonus bets every week for the next 5 weeks. So you're going to bet $50 and you're going to get 5 more cracks at $50 wagers over at Caesars Sportsbook. This is an unbelievable type offer that only comes around once in a blue moon. And, well, they want you ready for NFL season. I want you ready for NFL season because I'm going to be throwing hot fire in the premium Discord every single day. So why don't you just get locked and loaded, rocking for week 1, week 2, week 3 of NFL season? Because, well, you'll have 2 weeks to utilize these bets over the course of the MLB season. And then it will be that Kansas City-Detroit game. It'll be everything else from week 1 that's going to be fantastic. I'm betting the Washington Commanders. What is wrong with me? But betting $50, getting myself $250 over at Caesars, yeah, that's something you want to be a part of for sure. So you might have your DraftKings, your FanDuel, and of course your BetMGMs, your Bet365s, but this is the best offer going on right now. I know other books are going to start throwing these into the fray, so be ready. You want to be signed up at multiple sports books. You want to be shopping for the best odds. And hey, Caesars, yet another sports book to take advantage of here with this unbelievable offer. Let's go make them pay $50 every day. Ho, ho, ho! Look at that. It's a childhood rhyme that actually worked. It's only if you're 21 and over, and if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Alrighty, y'all, back to the picks. Yeah, we got our lock out of the way early here, but at the halfway point here, hit that like button for me. hit that like button because we're going to talk about some likes, and there's one of them here. You have the Seattle Mariners going at it here with the Chicago White Sox. And how about the Mariners playing some unbelievable baseball? Bet them on the money line, plus 160, plus 165, the prevailing numbers that you had around the industry there on Sunday. Julio Rodriguez, as soon as he doubled in his first at bat, I was like, oh, we're just going to do this crazy shit again. Like, the guy is on another planet, but we've been betting him. We got the over of his 1.5 total bases instantly last week as well on Friday to round out that week. What a day Friday was. Anyway, let's try to make Monday something akin to that, shall we? You got Luis Castillo and Touki Toussaint here going at it. And Touki, 4.47 ERA, 1.45 whip. He's started to fade a little bit here. A little bit of the shine has worn off of him. He's given up now 3 earned in his last 3 consecutive, 4 earned in 2 of those. So he's definitely starting to come back down to earth after he was outperforming all of his advanced metrics in the early going. Still has a 367 expected slugging. Still has a 232 expected batting average, but a 341 xWOBA with a 16.7% walk rate. That is a problem, friends. And it's a problem, especially when you got guys like Julio Rodriguez at the top of the Seattle Mariners lineup, and Eugenio Suarez, 45.2% hard hit percentage. Teoscar Hernandez starting to show up with a pulse, 478 expected slugging. This Mariners team has been locked and loaded, and I'm not somebody who's a trends guy. I think you know that by now, looking at my analysis. I'm pretty data-driven. I'm very driven by the prices. Those are the things I care about most, but there is no doubt that there are things that are unquantifiable that are happening for the Seattle Mariners team because their lineup has just gotten way better in this second half of the season, and they are winning ball games as a result. And they traded away their best closer and didn't care, and now he's terrible with Arizona and just wasting away. So good times. It's fun to be a Seattle fan. Except for, why did you trade Dominic? Why did Arizona trade him? It's good to be a Mariners fan. That's for sure. That's what I'm getting at. I love that kid. Cool. Luis Castillo. Love him too. Hard not to be backing him. 229 expected batting average, 27.3% K rate, 6.1% walk rate, getting to face a White Sox team. But yeah, they were just in Coors. Oh, yeah, they were in Coors. Guess what? Didn't really matter because this lineup is just not very good. Luis Robert, very good. Everybody else, not good. Pretty much everybody else, not very good. I mean, you're playing Trace Thompson and Gavin Sheets every single day. You've got Yasmani Grandal wasting away. Elvis Andrus, he's getting ejected from baseball games on Sunday. Why? What are you doing, bro? You chill. We're not going to have any chill with this one. Even outside of Seattle, yeah, we get away from the run creation death trap that is T-Mobile in Seattle. We get an opportunity to back them in a far more hitter-friendly environment. Seattle on the run line, only a, 73 cent disparity here? 73? Did I get that right? Carry the one. Yep. 77. I was close. But anyway, minus 112, best available current number. I think you want to bet this soon. And I could see this wavering. I believe I bet this at minus 105. So that had to have moved rather quickly. Yes, it is at minus 105 over at Bet365 for the people. It was at minus 105 at DraftKings. It's now up to minus 108. So some even better numbers to be jumping in on the run line here right now. Again, sensitivity to price. Probably the most under talked about thing here on this program, but I guarantee you I'll talk about it constantly on Lindy's Locks Update. Check that out at Eric Lindquist. We like a money line in this one. I bet you don't know which side yet. Lucas Giolito going for the Los Angeles Angels. Graham Ashcraft going for the Cincinnati Reds. Do you know now? I don't think you do. I do find this to be a little bit of an off-putting line, if I do say so myself. Mainly because Lucas Giolito, 41.4% hard hit percentage, 328 xWOBA, 442 expected slugging across the board. Not the guy that you would want Lucas Giolito to be if you're the Angels. And also if you're betting a favorite here, that's for sure, because he's been getting lit up in a Halos uniform. In 4 consecutive starts, all 4 starts, he's given up 3 or more earned runs. One of those, 4 earned, last time out against Texas, and another one, 9 to the Braves. Now, 3 of those starts were on the road, but he's going into a hitter-friendly home ballpark. I knew home ballpark, even though it's like a lot of road teams. But you're going to see a lot of red, but probably Cincinnati red hanging out there in Anaheim. If this game does, in fact, go, be paying attention. There's like freaking Hurricane Hillary going through Southern California like a death trap or something, even though, I don't know. We'll find out. But assuming this baseball game plays, assuming that they're good to go and that the field's not underwater, I want to back Graham Ashcraft. It's actually something we've been doing pretty routinely here since he got back off of his IL stint. And it's kind of had mixed reviews overall, but now that is 4 consecutive starts of quality starts. He's gone 6, 8, 7, and 7, getting lots and lots of length for the Cincinnati team, helping out the bullpen. And, well, he's inducing ground balls, and that is the huge difference maker for him. 11, 12, and 13 induced ground balls in his last 3 outings consecutively. That is some really good stuff. You get that 7-degree average launch angle, nearly a 50% ground ball rate out there against an Angels team that's obviously been struggling, obviously not all that appealing. Telling you, Cincinnati plus money with I believe, the safer of the 2 starters. And then Cincinnati, I don't know if you noticed, they still have some decent pieces. Even if Elly De La Cruz is down to a 304 xWOBA, which is a little jarring to look at considering all of the steam that he got coming after he made a quick debut before the All-Star break. You have Christian Encarnacion Strand, who he's been okay. Joey Votto's come down to life. Expected batting average just around 186, but still, Lucas Giolito is the power friend who keeps on giving to the world. And so I'm going to be targeting home run props if they make sense here. Yes, this is technically a ballpark downgrade for the Cincinnati Reds, but not by much. Not by as much as you would think, at least. So assuming this baseball game plays and that it's not raining insanely... What am I saying? Fuck it. Cincinnati money line next game. I really want to pull the trigger on this. I really, really do. But again, there are 10 MLB games. We want to be a little bit more picky as we get a little bit more picky. Have I ever... maybe Eric tries English one time. Me try English good. There we are. Found it. Me talk game now. Kansas City, Oakland. My spreadsheet says bet Oakland here. It has it for a half unit play, and I'm just going against it. This is why. We've got Tucker Davidson here, 34.1% hard hit percentage for the Kansas City Royals. That's some pretty decent stuff. We've got, 278 expected batting average here for him, assuming that he's going to end up being the starter. And again, I have odds that I'm projecting for the game, and it's a projection that has me kind of clamoring on betting Oakland. But no matter what happens, I don't think, even if I'm getting something major plus money, like we're talking north of plus 140, that I can pull the trigger, even though I will want to, with Paul Blackburn. 30.1% hard hit percentage, 305 xWOBA, 375 expected slugging. I guess this is just being sensitive to price yet again. That's kind of been the theme of the show, is making sure that we're not playing thin plays just because they're the, quote, better team. Or, hey, this is a live dog. Because Oakland, they're a terrible lineup. They're awful. They're no good. They're very, very bad. But you have Tucker Davidson as a starter. You have Alec Marsh potentially coming in and doing long relief. You could also have him start this one. They don't have an official announced situation outside of Davidson. And again, Alec Marsh, lots of teams come late season will just say, hey, new pitcher. And I don't think I want to deal with that shit with the Oakland Athletics with a bet on them. So I'm going to lean their direction. But God, I mean, if it's not Zach Geloff, Brent Rooker, Seth Brown, there's some decent bats, but what are we accomplishing here? I bet Paul Blackburn. I bet this line comes out inside of anything remotely close to what I'm projecting. And that's generally going to lean me away from betting the game as a whole. Just go flip coins on your own time. We're heading to the desert for the Diamondbacks, the Dirty Dogs, they've been playing some shit baseball. Going up against the Texas Rangers here in this spot. Jordan Montgomery, he's been lovely for the Texas Rangers. It's almost like I said teams should go get them. Baltimore, shame on you. Yankees for trading him, period, for an outfielder, shame on you the most. Except for everybody hates you, so it's okay. The Texas Rangers, though, Jordan Montgomery, they found themselves a dude over the course of the last however many starts. 4 consecutive quality starts now in a Texas Rangers uniform. 6 innings of length every time he's going out there. And last time out against the Angels, that was the utmost Jordan Montgomery experience. 11 ground balls, 9 strikeouts, and just 1 earned in those 6 innings of work, and only 91 pitches. Love what we're seeing from him, and going up against this Arizona team, you're not going to run into as many strikeouts you would think as you are against an Angels team, but I have him projected as a pitcher that I might be interested in backing a K prop here regardless, so keep that one on your radar for all you prop people, and I know you're there. I try to mix them in. I try to give a good balance. I try to make sure that I don't give away everything that you're going to want nonstop. And obviously we would be here for an hour and a half and I would be giving you 4 plays from a game. That's not doing anybody any good, especially if you don't have those prop lines yet. So saying, Jordan Montgomery K-prop on the radar. Have it on your radar. Slade Ciccone, I think I said that correctly. He's going to be making another turn through this rotation. 76 pitches there in Coors Field on the 16th. So yeah, I think he sets up as the guy 5 days later. Should be ready to rock here in this spot. But God, this is a pretty brutal spot against the Texas Rangers team that, I don't know if you heard, they're kind of good at the old baseball thing. Yeah, sitting with a 117 WRC plus, a third best mark in baseball against right-handed pitching. Seems useful. However, the only problem that I have here is at minus 130. I'm not getting the kind of number that I'd really want to be backing them here with at the moment. It seems strange because I like Jordan Montgomery. I like this Texas Rangers lineup more, but maybe we get this inside of minus 125. That's where I would start entertaining it on the money line, but otherwise just feels like another thin money line play. So it is what projects out the best. Man, no totals pretty much at all outside of the one under that I liked on the Houston-Boston one. Perfectly efficient totals across the industry this week, even though that's been kind of quietly something that's improved in my betting game over the course of the last couple weeks. So just want to point out, being more selective on that, that's good. But Texas money line, I'm leaning there. I bet a lot of you try to make this a parlay piece. I just want to proceed a little bit with caution here. Arizona not striking out as much. Jordan Montgomery, I do really like what we've seen from him. And, well, still waiting for Josh Young to get back. He's still out for this Texas Rangers team. They're going to want him back for October. That's for damn sure. But anyway, I've talked enough about a game I don't even have a bet on. Minus 130, but pay attention to that Montgomery prop. And the last game of the night, another prop spectacular that might be something or it might not be something, but you got TBD and TBD. Neither team announced a starting pitcher. Here is who I am projecting for it. Johnny Cueto, I think, makes sense as the Miami starter. He went on the 15th. You give him another 6 days, sounds great. He's been awful of late. 4 earned in 3 of his last 4. Man, I've been doing a lot of 3 in the last 4. I don't normally give that type of analysis, but again, this is what I'm going to give you when I'm waiting on some specific numbers, mainly because the number is king. You know that by now. It's just the theme of the show. Sorry, it is what it is. But Johnny Cueto, over the course of this season, coming back off IL here, 240 expected batting average is pretty darn nifty. At 452 expected slugging is not nifty. So he's giving up the power, not really giving up as many hits. So interesting combination there. And well, I'm surprised San Diego has not announced Blake Snell as their starter here, because he, for all intents and purposes, lines up to be. He pitched on the 11th, pitched on the 16th. It's now the 21st. By my math, that's 5. That's go me. Yeah, see what I did there? Blake Snell down to a 2.65 ERA, 1.27 whip. But friends, there is at least one spot on this entire board that I think is going to possibly be completely undervalued based on the pitching matchup and somebody who's being a little bit overcompensated here for this spot. And it's Jorge Soler, who absolutely destroys left-handed pitching. Check this out. 430 expected ISO against left-handed pitching, and specifically against a fastball, which you're going to be getting most of the time from Blake Snell. 404 expected ISO to go along with a 465 xWOBA. You go to some of his StatCast data, and every time I upload it, I kind of laugh because, well, he's got a 536 expected slugging, 47.3% hard hit percentage, almost the perfect launch angle, 17.8 degree average launch angle. That leads the entire Marlins organization. Anything close to that 18-20 number, that's going to be good for hitting the old long ball. You got to hit it in the air. Looking at you, Christian Yelich, you piss me off all the time, even though I haven't bet you in a while, so it's okay. But for the time being, if I get a plus 300 number, period, which I totally expect to get in Petco because it's not playing up for power, I'm going to take it even against Blake Snell. That's how much I believe in Jorge Soler against lefties individually. You, of course, have a closer there that could be coming in Josh Hader as a lefty. You don't want lefties rolled out against Jorge Soler, so just I'm going to get 2 or 3 at bats of that. I will take my chances even against somebody who's been as good as what Blake Snell has been all season long at reducing power. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Head to that comment section below. Let me know how your weekend was. Let me know what you're looking at here on Monday's board. It was an awesome week last week. I want to run it back here with all of you on this lovely channel. Hit that like button if you could for me. If not for me, do it for producer Jacob. And then be on the lookout tomorrow at noon, that being Monday. So I'm recording this on Sunday. So yeah, as you're listening to this on Monday, noon, 9 a.m. Pacific. We are going live with that Caesars Sportsbook offer. Bet 50, get $250 in weekly bonus bets. And don't worry, we still have that deal going with BetMGM. You can sign up for that in the link below. Get 2 free months of the premium Discord. We always have tons of great sportsbook offers down below. Sign up for a couple, get exposure to multiple books, especially as we get ready for NFL season, because you always want to be shopping for those NFL lines. It is very fine margins that we're working on there, and I want to help you be profitable. And one of the ways that I know how to do that is by signing up at books when they're giving you ridiculous deals. It's only if you're 21 and over, and if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, y'all, I'm here with you the rest of the week until tomorrow, where I'm hopefully in my studio. I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets on Monday.